Well, hello. We're on to chapter 2 of the American textbook of prosthetic dentistry. That is. Actually, this is chapter 1. Yeah, we're on to chapter 1. Prosthetic dentistry. Chapter 1. The Mechanical Laboratory, Its Equipment and Arrangement by Chales J. Essig, MD, DDS. It is highly important that the furniture and equipment of a dental laboratory should be neat, appropriate, adapted especially to the comfort of the workman and to the cleanliness and clarity of his manipulations. In order to correct the want of uniformity in methods and results, which is a noticeable feature of the average dental laboratory operations, students should in the very beginning be taught to be systematic in the care of tools and instruments, as well as in the manipulative stages of their work. They should be required to find suitable places for every article which enters into the laboratory work, so that when not in use, tools and apparatus should be returned to the places assigned to them. The usual equipment of dental laboratory consists in a suitable workbench, carefully adapted to the purposes for which it is to be used, a molding box, plaster table and sink, a swaging block, and an anvil. At least 2 lathes, one designed especially for the grinding and fitting of teeth, the other for finishing and polishing only, a mechanical blowpipe table, supplied with a gas burner on a Bunsen principle, of sufficient capacity to allow of the soldering of full dentures. In addition to these permanent articles of laboratory furniture, it will be necessary to provide a suitable furnace for the melting of zinc, lead, and alloys, commonly used in making dyes and counter dyes, and also another and different one to be used for the occasional melting of gold and silver, and the formation of alloys to be used as solder. The accessories of soldering, molding rings and flasks, ingot molds, rolling mills, draw plates, pickling solutions, with the most suitable vessels for holding the same, grinding and polishing materials, fluxes, varnishes, adhesive wax, and bench tools, all necessarily form a part of the equipment of the dental laboratory, and will each be separately described in these pages. There we go. Sorry about the birds. They just keep rocking away. All right, that was page 17. Going on to page 18. Here's page 18. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Okay. The workbench should be constructed of cherry, ash, or well-seasoned oak. It should be provided with not less than 2 sets of drawers, as shown in the diagram, the 2 lower ones, figure 1A, being reserved for the reception, respectively, of gold and silver scraps and fillings, while the upper drawers, figure 1B, will be found convenient for the reception of the ordinary bench tools. Such as pliers, shears, plate punches, and cutters, horn mallet, etc. The drawers A should be 20 inches long by 15 inches wide, inclusive, and should consist of a frame of cherry or oak, 2 inches wide by 1 inch thick, and a tray, C, of tin or zinc, 1 inch in depth. By this means, the workman is provided with a spacious tray which he draws out to cover his lap in a manner to catch the fillings and cuttings of precious metals while he works. The height of the workbench should be about 34 inches, and in length, when designed for the convenience of 2 workmen, about 5 feet 6 inches in width, maybe 24 inches. The top should be 2 inches in thickness, and immediately over the tool drawers, B, should be arranged a rest for convenience in filling and finishing. These rests are usually made of the same hardwood as the top of the bench, 2 inches wide and about 3 inches long, tapering from 1.5 inches in thickness where it is mortised into the table to 1/2 an inch at its extremity. See figure 1D. A very convenient and more elaborate workbench of recent design shown in figures 2 and 3. It is especially adapted to meet the wants of those who do crown and bridge work. It is provided with a rolling top which automatically locks the doors when closed and yet does not obstruct the light when open. It is provided with a foot bellows, A, and drawers for gold, solder, plate, wire, files, scrapers, corundum wheels, pliers, cutters, benders, etc. Some of the most complete being shown by cuts 4, 5, 6, and 7, shown in figures 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7. Where is that? Anyway. Well, there's the dark bench. And there's that other bench. Shown in figures 8, 9, 10 are 3 benches for vulcanite and gold and general plaster and sandwork respectively. The higher part of figure 8 is surmounted by a marble slab 16.5 by 14.5 inches thick for the accommodation of the vulcanizer. Beneath the slab are 2 drawers 3 inches deep for flasks, wrenches, and tools used about the vulcanizer. The third drawer contains a series of shallow compartments for the reception of scrapers, etc. The fourth drawer is partially divided by groove compartments similar to drawer number 3 and is intended for files, etc. Drawers 5, 6 are for hammers, horn mallets, and large tools, and for rubber, wax, and other supplies. The cupboard contains a shelf and will be found convenient. Adjacent to the series of drawers described above and under the right hand of the lower top is a cupboard designed for the tooth stock. This cupboard contains a removable case divided horizontally through the center of a width to receive the boxes in which teeth are sold. The ends of the boxes projected beyond the case to allow an easier withdrawal. For convenience, the contents of each box may be marked upon its end, and inner case, and its contents may be removed and placed in a safe. At the left-hand end of the bench are 2 drawers, one containing a rack into the holes of which the mandrels of the lathe will drop, allowing the grinding wheels to rest upon the surface of the rack and keeping the wheels separated in place. To the right of this drawer is another drawer of the same size for brushed wheels, felt wheels, and cones. Between these 2 drawers runs the belt of the lathe. The lower top of the bench is of hard maple, finished smooth, and a 4-inch rail extends along the back and end. The filling block is placed in such a location that the workman, when using it, is within easy reach of his tool drawer. The tool drawers. And there's the thing. Whoa. Okay. Figure 3, workbench closed. Height of vulcanizer stand, 45.5 inches. Height of bench, 36 inches. Size of bench top, 15.5 and 34 inches. Length overall, 49 inches. Figure 4, drawer for gold, solder, plate, and wire with borax block, etc. Drawer for files and scrapers. Top of the bench, represented by figure 9, is marble. 16 by 34 by 7/8 inches thick, and a rail extends around the two ends and back. Under the right-hand end is a slide, and beneath this slide is a drawer arranged with shallow compartments, concave in shape for files, etc., each compartment being intended for a single instrument. Beneath this drawer are two drawers containing divisions of suitable size to hold the various plate cutters, benders, punchers, shears, pliers, etc. Drawers 4 and 5 are for bulky tools and supplies. The lower compartment contains the foot bellows fixed permanently in place, the treadle only for which projects in front of the bench. The treadle only of which. The bellows is connected with a metal pipe in the rear right-hand corner of the bench. And this pipe extends upward behind the drawers and through the marble slab and is surrounded by neat, polished brass castings with a horizontal nozzle to which the blowpipe tubing may be attached. This arrangement of the bellows overcomes the disadvantages of having page 22, the bellows continually underfoot, and the tubing laying across the bench and hanging down its front. Okay, the mechanical laboratory, that's page 22. The bellows is made especially for this bench and is shipped connected and ready for use. But the ordinary bellows can be adapted to the compartment and easily connected to the metal pipe. I'm going to pause this because YouTube only allows 10 minutes, I believe, so I'll be back. Page 22. Stay tuned.